Oh my goodness, how special.
I know. So welcome, welcome for those that are joining live. And then if you're joining by recording, welcome. The beauty of joining by recording is that you can pause, rewind, and join as you need to. But this is Microsoft 365 Productivity with Microsoft Edge and File Management. I'm Felisa Ford, and we're going to go ahead and get started. And if you see me looking this way, Dana, I promise I'm not ignoring you. I have another monitor over here. So sometimes I may look
No
at the
worries.
monitor.
No worries.
But I'm Felisa Ford. I'm a digital learning specialist. I've been an educator for over 29 years, and I am excited to be here with you this afternoon, sharing all the goodness of Microsoft Edge and what you can do with that to make your life easier and to be more productive with Edge. So just, you don't even have to do this in the chat, Dana, but if there was one thing that you could wish for in a browser, what would you wish that browser could help you do more of?
Well, probably for me, organization and just learning, the ropes of Microsoft Edge, and then see what is available to me since I don't explore it like I should.
Oh, you know what? Good answer, good answer. If I had a bell, I would ring it. I'm definitely going to share with you some resources and tools that will help you with that organization right in Edge. So that's the beauty of it. And for one thing, the reason we're focusing on Edge is because we spend over 60% of our time on any of our devices, especially a laptop or a MacBook, in a browser. We're looking up something, we're researching something. So most of our time is spent, the majority of our time is spent on a browser. So for this workshop, we're going to focus on an overview of Edge. We're also going to focus on productivity in Edge. And then accessibility, just in case you needed those extra features that will help you out. And then security, how to stay safe while using Microsoft Edge. And then I'll share some resources with you as well. So just to give an overview of Edge, Edge is the default browser for Windows 10 or Windows 11. If you get a PC, Edge now will be that default browser that comes on it. The beauty of it now, it's built on what's called Chromium. So it acts very similar to Chrome. Some of the features are similar. So if you're used to using Google Chrome, Edge, the transition will not be steep at all. The transition to Edge is pretty straightforward. And just FYI, for those of you who are new to Microsoft, Edge has replaced Internet Explorer. It is the new browser. Internet Explorer is no longer here. Let's see. All right, so why Microsoft Edge? There are a lot of benefits for Edge, especially for those who are working with others. There's the collaboration features, there's the added security for you or your students. There's also the ability to integrate your Microsoft 365 apps right into Edge without having to leave the browser. You can also use some of the accessibility features like the immersive reader. You can use the read aloud feature. You can also annotate on PDFs right in Edge. Edge has its own PDF reader. So you don't have to go out and get another PDF reader. You can read your PDFs right in Edge. You can also have your tabs sleep. So any of those unused tabs, if you're like me, I keep a lot of tabs open. But Edge will help you with this. It will put to sleep those tabs that you aren't using a lot, and that will save your battery life. So that's built in, so you don't have to worry about that. And then you can sync Edge across multiple devices, and no matter which device you pick up, you can come back to Edge and pick up where you left off. So that's another great feature. Edge works on all of these platforms, whether you have a Windows device, whether you are using a MacBook, it works on an iPhone or an Android. So you can carry your Edge browser with you. This helps with that productivity also, so you can easily sync those passwords. Now, I don't know if you want all of that access, but you do have all of that access with Edge. So that's another way for you to stay productive. So we're going to start off with customizing Edge, because Edge is not meant to be a one size fits all. It's meant to be a one size fits one, or really it promotes that personalized or personalization of using Edge. So the way we can customize Edge, and we're going to go through, I'm going to show you some examples, and then we'll go to the live browser so that you can see firsthand what I'm referring to. You can customize your dashboard. You can create multiple profiles. So if you have a work profile or several personal profiles, you can have all of those different profiles within Edge and go back and forth between the two and have your settings saved. You can also customize the themes, and you can add extensions, just like we add extensions for our other browsers, just to make it more personal for us. And then, of course, the three dots give us those added resources that we will need. So let's go ahead and get started with the customization piece. Let me, while we're doing
Would you like to
this.
put one of those links in the browser, Felisa?
Yes, if you don't mind. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yep. You want the quick start one,
Yes,
correct?
the quick start. And I'm trying to, let's see. It's trying to minimize. Oh, I don't want to stop sharing. Give me just, okay, here we go. I was trying to get out of that window so that I could pull up my Edge so that you could see real time what we're doing. All right. And so let's hide this. All right, so let's look at, this is the dashboard that we're referring to, and this is what you can customize in Edge. This is how it looks. And mine is going to be customized. It's going to give you, wherever your location is, it's going to give you the information about your location. It's going to give you the weather. And as you see right now, we have a freeze warning here in Georgia.
Wow.
It's not Hotlanta today. We have a freeze warning. But I also have some of the apps that I use most frequently down at the bottom. So you can see some of those. And for whatever apps you're currently using, hi, Adrian, welcome. You can add to this. So whatever apps or browsers or websites that you use a lot, you can add those to, you can add a site, just name the site and add the URL. So you can do that at the bottom. Also, if you click on the gear, this is where you can customize the page for the layout and how you want your page to look. You can have a custom layout, or you can change it to inspirational, and it'll just give you a different look and how you want it. I always keep mine at custom. You can also set your language or regional preference here. And I've made mine English as my preferred language. And so by doing this, you will see later how this impacts some of the sites that I interact with. You can also have it if you want the background image on or off. This is what it looks like if you turn that background image off, or you can have the image or video of the day. So this is another way that you can customize it. And then you can have your greetings on or off. I just turned it off. And if I turn it back on, this is where I get that customization with my greetings. And that's just by clicking on the gear. And then I can make the content that you see at the bottom, I can make that partially visible. I can have the headings only, which you see at the bottom, or I can have the content off, which takes all of that away. If that's too much of a distraction, you totally have control on how you want that to look in your browser. And then you can change the view of it if you want it to be in columns or if you want it to be in grid view. And so this is what's called your dashboard. And you have total control over that. And so now let's look at some of these other features that I told you about of what you can do within Edge. And let's talk about these settings, how you can customize it. So the first thing we're going to do is go to our settings over here. And this is where you can change your profile. So what I did, I clicked on the three dots, or those ellipses, the three dots, and then I went down here and clicked on settings, and this brought me up to my settings, and I'm going to click on profile. And so when I click on profile, this allows me to, here you see all of my profiles. I can add multiple profiles. I can add my profile preferences. You can do a lot here. You can also manage your password here. Also, if you choose to do that, manage those passwords. And you can also sync. And I recommend having sync on And I've synced all of my favorite settings and everything so that no matter which device I get to, everything is synced. And that's why we're saying always sync Edge so that no matter which device you pull up, Edge, your browser, you have the same browser experience. And so that was with profiles. And feel free to stop me. So another way that you can customize.
Elisa, where do you go for the sync?
So if you go, okay, under profiles, and you,
Oh, I see it. There
right
it is.
here is sync, right?
Got it.
And then you just decide what you want to sync. Your favorites, your personal info, your passwords, or your history. You decide, you have total control over that.
Got it. Okay.
The next
Thank
way
you.
that you can you're welcome. The next way that you can customize Edge is through the settings. Now I have the default on, which allows me to see the different layouts, but you, depending on your preference, you can change the color. And you see when I change the color, my right sidebar kind of changed. The colors, they faded. But if I go back to the default, you can see that the colors are there. So that's one way that you can customize. But then you can also go to different themes that are available, and you can just add the different themes that you want as well. So this is another way that you can customize. And then of course, you can also, what you see over here, you all, is called the sidebar. You can customize all of that in settings. Settings is your go-to for everything that you want to see and how you want your experience to be in Edge. Everything is done right here in settings. And then here we have languages. There are over, you can add your preferred language, and I believe there are over 85 different languages that you can have. And if you want to have one profile have a language, if your native language isn't English and you want to have Spanish maybe for your preferred language for one of the profiles, you can do that. Every profile can be different just based on what your needs are. And you would just select that and add. Also here in, I wanted to show you here in, that's family. There are some features here in family, we'll get to those. And then we have our accessibility features. And if you see, notice my cursor is kind of large and I changed the color. I did all of that in accessibilities right here in the Edge browser. So that's another great resource that we can have using some of the built-in features. Let me make sure that we covered all of these features that I wanted to share. So we customize the dashboard. So creating these profiles, I showed you how to do that, and we've done extensions. That's the other one that I wanted to show you. So let's take a look at extensions. Just like you can add extensions in Chrome, you can add extensions right here in Edge. So if I click on those three dots, clicking on the three dots, and then I come here to extensions. And it will open up the Microsoft Edge add-on website. So when I do that, then I can just search any of the extensions. You typically get the editor's picks, or you can open up any of the extensions that you want. So these are like the top extensions. So if you get those, maybe, and I don't, just any of these, let's do maybe honey. Even though we don't have to get honey, you just add the extension because Microsoft also has, Edge has a built-in shopping feature as well. And so that's another way to personalize it. I know we're talking about education or just utilizing, personalizing it, but there's a built-in shopping feature here as well. So I just added honey as one of my extensions. So that is going to show up in my extensions once it stops. And then I'll also be able to add it to my sidebar. But I got to that using the three dots and going to extensions. So that's a quick way to customize Edge. All right, moving on. Let's keep going. Now we're talking about productivity. Let's talk about productivity in Edge. There are 6 ways that you can increase productivity in Edge. There are actually more than that, but I wanted to focus on the top 6 ways that you can increase productivity. And I'm just going to keep it like this so that I can go back and forth. You have multitask, on the web. You can do that with the sidebar, so you can work on different tasks at the same time without leaving Edge. You can also have vertical tabs so that you can have more space in your browser window. You have more space. You have collections. And Dana, this is where that organization comes in with those collections, where you can collect everything and create collections. Then you have web capture, where you can capture anything on the web or a select portion of what's on the web and annotate that. So let's go through some of these features first. So multitask on the web. This is where you'll notice we have a sidebar, and you may have seen that on my Edge browser. This allows you to be able to add different apps and resources to your Edge browsing experience. And you can turn this on and off in settings by clicking on those three dots. And when you click on those three dots, you're going to see down at the bottom, and in settings, you can turn sidebar on or off. So this will give you the sidebar feature, and we'll explore that in just a minute. You also have the vertical tabs feature. So if you don't like the tabs across the top, if you want more real estate with your browser, just turn on the vertical tab and it will pull your tabs over to the left of your browser so that you have more real estate. And we'll show that, and it always appears on the left rail of your browser window. We also have the web capture, which is built in. It's right here in Edge. You no longer have to bring in a screen capture, a screen capture tool. Web capture is a part of Edge. So you can take a picture of any web page that you own. You can annotate, you can highlight, you can do whatever, and then you can save that screenshot and share it if you need to. So once you engage web capture, it will prompt you to copy, mark up, or do a visual search of this web page. And we'll get to all of that. And then I've already shown you where the browser sync is, but that's another way for you to stay productive. And that is through settings. And then finally, collections. Oh, QR code, I forgot about that. You can also share a web page with the QR code. The QR code generator is built right into the address bar on Edge. And I'll show you how to get to that. So this is a way for you to quickly share a QR code. If you're an educator and you are trying to share a web page with your students, you can use the QR code. Or if you just want to share a web page of maybe recipes with a friend, you can use the QR code to do that. And you can download that QR code and share it, or you can share the link. It's totally up to you. And then finally, we have collections. Collections is a way for you to just easily highlight and organize your research, whether it's a web page, whether it's a PDF. You can also make notes. You can have images or a video. You can add all of those to your collection. And for educators, this is a great way for you to do your lesson planning, and you could put everything into a collection, and you could even share out with your students or with fellow educators. Just share your collection. So we'll do that as well. So we're going to take time now to go through getting started with collections. So let's go. I'm going to actually walk you through it real time so that you can see everything that we just talked about. Yeah, let's see. So right here, if I click on my settings, we're going to go to the sidebar first. And down here in settings, it has hide sidebar because mine is closed. So if I go back to it, I can open up, show the sidebar. And so if you'll see, and if I need to make this larger, just let me know. But in the sidebar, you can search. You can also just discover if there's anything new that's going on. You can discover any of that, anything that's going on in the world. You can discover any of that. It's just really some information that you may not necessarily need, but you may just want to know what's going on. So you can hit that discover button. There's also the shopping tab is a part of, those of you, I know the holidays are coming. This will keep you in the know of where the sales are if you want to utilize that shopping tab. You also have this toolbox that is available, and it gives you the clock. It has a built-in calculator, a dictionary, a translator, just quick facts if you want to know miles and just how your internet is going. So that's the toolbox. Here, this is where the productivity comes in. All of my Office apps are right here. I clicked on the Office 365 or the Microsoft 365 button, and now all of my Office apps and resources are right here. Those that I just worked on, my Word documents, my PowerPoint, an Excel document. So I didn't have to go out to OneDrive to get to my Office apps. I just clicked on the Office icon right here on the sidebar. And then if I want to send an Outlook email, I just click on the Outlook icon and all of my emails pop right in. So this way I don't have to leave Edge. I'm productive. I can send a quick email and then I can go right back to what I was doing in Edge. And then YouTube is right here. And if you want to add more, you can customize your sidebar by clicking on the plus sign and adding more apps and resources that are available. And you can add an app, just add a current page. If you're on a website, you can add that page, or any site that you use a lot, you can add those pages as well. So get into the vertical tab. We have right here, if we click on turn on vertical tab, it's always at the top of your browser, over to the left. I turn on my vertical tabs, and now you see I no longer have my tabs at the top. They're all over here, those same tabs. They did not close. They're just over here to the left. And I can turn those back off if I choose to. Yeah, just clicking that button again and turning those tabs off. So now let's go. If you see up here, you see hover over this icon that has the plus. This is where my collections are. This is where I can start a collection. So we're going to start a collection. I'm going to select that button, start new collection. And I'm just going to name it Thanksgiving recipes or something. Thanksgiving is coming up. I need to get my Thanksgiving meal together. So I'm going to start this, and I'm going to, maybe if this was a page on recipes, I could add the current page to my Thanksgiving recipe. If I saw, for instance, over here, and let's just do recipes. And this looks like I could just add recipes for Thanksgiving. I could go in and add that right to this recipe, and I'm going to add to the current page. So it just pops up right there. If I have a quick note that I want to add, maybe Paula, let's see, maybe sweet potato pie. I'm in the South, you all. That's why I said sweet potato pie. Don't kill me. Or pumpkin pie. I know some people like pumpkin pie. So I can add any notes. I can change the icons for my notes. I can even add a video or any of that. So this all saves to it. And once I finish this, I can add and I can share this collection. So now I have 3 items in my collection. If I click on it, I can sort it, but I can also, let me click on this again. Let me see. It opens up those different pages that you had, but it also should allow you to, I've added that, it should allow you to be able to, when I hover over it and check it, it allows me to share or make a copy of the collection. And this is how I would share my collection. I could either save it to send it to OneNote, send it to Word, or just copy it and send it in the email, this entire collection. So this is how you could share a collection with someone that you've created or your research with someone. So that's a collection. So we're gonna keep it moving because time is moving fast. So I'm gonna give you 5 minutes to explore Edge, and I'm gonna start it now, start the timer now. You can either add apps to your sidebar, you can annotate a web capture, or you could create a collection. Any of those that you want to practice. You have take 5 minutes to do that.
Is
And
the
feel
link?
free-
Since I got here late, what's the link that's in the chat?
So those links are just getting started with Edge if you want to look at those. And ask if you want me to show you again how to do anything, I can do that in this 5 minutes.
Let me see what I can do.
So
Okay. And there is
did
no
you-
pressure.
Felicia, did you want us to go into our own computer, right? And
Yes, into your own and open
okay,
up
and you're
Edge.
sharing, can we do that just by exiting?
Yes, if you could open up, if
Escape?
you can either escape or minimize your screen. If you have two devices or if you can split screen, that's fine, but I don't want to mess you up if you don't have
I
a
don't
way
have a
that you could. Okay, so and if you don't see your icons at the bottom,
Yeah,
you should be
because
able to
I-
hover over your icons at the bottom. If you don't see those, then you may just minimize the screen that you're on, and you should be
Mhm.
able to pull up Edge.
Okay, let me get this out of here and minimize.
Is Edge in settings? Again, I'm sorry, I'm late.
Edge, if you, and let me share this window so that you can see.
I just need
So-
to know, like, I see all my icons at the bottom. I
So
just need-
if you click on the search and just type in Edge, Edge should pop up.
Got it. EDGE.
Yes, EDGE.
Well, I'm still looking at your screen, so if I hit escape, will that get me out? Because I can't minimize any. I don't see a minimizer on my
Yes,
screen.
that should, if you hit escape, that should get you out. But and then when you come back in,
There
you'll
we
still
go.
be-
Hi, Adrian.
Hi, Dana. Glad you're here.
Me too. All right,
Okay.
let me just do this here.
Do I have to download it?
You shouldn't have to download it. It should be,
Okay.
if you're running Windows 10 or 11 on your
I have
device,
it.
it should just automatically be there.
Okay,
Ooh,
I'm
I got
working,
in.
I'm working from my Mac. So
Okay,
am I going, I go to
in Mac,
Google Chrome? Do I go to Safari and look for it?
yes, you may have to, in a Mac, you may have to download Edge. I know it is available, or actually you can just go to, and you don't have to do it now, but if you just go to type in Microsoft Edge, the Edge page, all about Edge should come up, and that will walk you through downloading Edge for your Mac device. Also gives you the QR code
Ooh,
to download for your iPad or for an Android.
Okay.
I just changed the color of my
You're personalizing your settings. Good.
yeah, I'm in settings, so I was playing with some of the
Perfect.
profile. That's my profile and
Hey,
personal
Felisa,
info.
it's Pam. I just want to ask you a quick question. Did you want me to put anything in the chat? Like
That
find
getting
it faster.
started with Edge, all of that should
Yep.
help them be
Okay.
able to access Edge.
Sounds good. And I don't know if you saw Angela's here as well.
Oh, I did not. Hi, Angela.
Angela came in a little later too. So yeah.
Okay. And so because time is moving, we're going to keep moving. One thing that I wanted to show you, and I think I skipped over that, the screen capture. I want to show you how to do that. So I'm going to go back to Edge on my device so that you can see screen capture. So if I click on any icon or any tab, and if I hover, I've already have it pulled out, but you can get to screen capture by clicking on the three dots, and there it's called web capture. So you can either, when you right click, you can hide it. I have it added to my toolbar. So that's why it's saying hide from toolbar. So I can either do a screen capture. So I'm going to select that. It will prompt you to either capture an area or capture the full page. So if I capture an area, then it prompts me, do I want to make a copy of what I just captured, or do I want to mark it up? So if I mark it up here, I can annotate. I can, if I had a touchscreen device, I could type, write notes, whatever I needed to do right here, or I can erase. And then when I'm done, I can add this to a collection. So I can add this, say for instance, these were recipes. I could add this to my Thanksgiving recipes collection, or I could start a new collection with my PDF that I just created, or I could just save it. So that is web capture. All right, let's keep it moving because we still have quite a bit. Let's talk about accessibility in Edge. Edge has built-in accessibility features. The ones that are most prominent are Immersive Reader and the Read Aloud. And these will allow you to read aloud web pages without having to pull in any type of read aloud third-party application because it's built in. And so we're going to go right to Edge so that you can see what that looks like. And I already have some documents pulled up. So if and I think I had this one. This is how the page looked originally. This is just a regular page in Edge, and you'll know if you have read aloud capability, immersive reader capability, there is a book with a microphone or a sound that turns on the immersive reader. And when you hover over it, it tells you to enter immersive reader. And what this does, it minimizes distractions on the page. And then I can turn on the read aloud.
View and delete browser history in Microsoft Edge.
And I should have, when I shared with you the screen, I should have shared the sound, but you see as the words, it's reading the words aloud.
Edge.
And
You
it's,
can view and clear your
students can
Microsoft
follow
Edge
along.
browser
It's
history
reading.
stored on a single device
So for those
across
students that
all
struggle, or if you just want a web page read aloud to you, you can do that. But there are other built-in features of Well. So you can also change the voice options. So also text preferences. I can change the columns, I can change the colors. If I have issues seeing, I can change the background color of the web page. So the web page is still live, but I'm controlling the web page. So this allows me to be able to interact with this live web page. I can also and this is good for students, I can also turn on the parts of speech. So I just turned on the nouns and it made all the nouns purple on the web page. You can also change this to whatever colors you want. So this is giving students total control over web pages in the Edge browser without having to add any extensions or any third-party apps. And to close Immersive Reader, I just go back in and click the book and it turns back to the regular web page of what it looks like. So that's Immersive Reader. Any questions? Perfect, perfect. All right, so let's keep moving. And you all, I'm sorry, my voice is trying to hang in there, but the read aloud, you saw the read aloud feature that was there as well. There is also the ability to translate web pages through accessibilities, and this is what that would look like in Edge without having to pull in any third-party translation tool. So what I've done, I think I have this website. Let me pull this up and try to find an article. Let's see if I can find, I don't want a video. I was trying to find an article. Looks like this may be a video, I hope not. All right, so here we go. So when I turn this article on, it typically will ask me if I want to. Let's see, let me go here. And let me pause this. So when I turn this article on, this whole page is in French. The translator automatically pops up in the browser. So I can just click on that and it will ask me, do I want to translate this to English? It's asking me for English because in the settings, I made English my preferred language. If I had made my preferred language something else, it would translate it to that. But I can also have it translate to any of these other 85 different languages. So this is another great resource that's built in. If you're looking, exploring newspapers from around the world and you want to know what is being said and what's happening, you can always have it translated. So that's another great way to be productive and to have those built-in immersive reader features right there for you in Edge. All right, and finally, last but not least, there is a math solver built right into Edge. So this is a great resource for students and who are working with any type of math problem, regardless of the level. There's a math solver that's built in. So we're going to go back to Edge. To get to this math solver, if you click on the three dots, and let's see, it may have been, you know what, I think it was, let's see. Let me hide this. I have it over here, but to get to it, I'm trying to see where. in my settings. I don't think it was in those settings. Let me just hide it here so that I can see it. I'm going to hide it from the toolbar. And maybe that will allow me to pull it up. But because I've enabled it, I enabled it in the settings. I don't know why I can't see it over here to the side, but you should be able to, let me see, here we go. So if I click on the three dots, I go to more tools, here's the math solver. So when I right click that, I can show it in the toolbar. So then it's always there for me. So what I'm gonna do is it asks me to select a math problem. So I'm gonna select a math problem. I'm gonna select this quadratic equation. And you all, social studies is my superpower, not math. So I really need this math solver. So and you see it's asking to solve it. I highlighted the math problem. So now I'm gonna solve it. And so that math problem that I just pulled from the website, students can pull this from a math worksheet that's in a PDF. It has solved this math problem for me. And it's given me the steps, the step-by-step. And it showed the solutions. It's given me the steps to solving this math problem.
Wow.
And it also has graphed it in 2D. And it's also given me recommended videos. If I'm struggling with solving quadratic equations, it will automatically pull up videos to help me to practice my skills with solving quadratic equations. And that's right within the Edge browser, just by copying it and putting it into the math solver. So, and you get to that by going to the settings. All
Where
right.
was that when I was doing my
I
math
know,
class?
right? That would have made my life
I
a
failed
lot
algebra
easier.
3 times.
I don't even mention it in college. This is what I needed, all of this. All right, and we are we have a few more things to get to. There is a kid-friendly mode in Edge. So if you are a parent or if you have students that are in the younger grades, you can turn on the kid-friendly mode right here in Edge. So this is what it would look like in Edge. So you can change the browsing history for students. It customizes it, and you can do it by grade bands. And we're gonna go real time so that you can see what this looks like because we are running out of time. So I am in Edge. If I go here to my profile and I come down here to other profiles, I get the option to browse in kids mode. And when I turn that on, if you're turning this on for the first time, you're going to get a prompt. And the prompt will be, and I'm going to show you what this prompt is going to look like, just so that you are aware of what that would look like. I should have gone into full, oh my goodness, because you know what, it won't let me leave. That's the one thing. When you're in kids mode, your kids cannot leave kids mode without, so when I click on this and try to leave, I have to put in the password. So the adult that created the kids mode has to put in the password in order for the student or the child to be able to leave kids mode, because you don't want them going out searching other platforms. So once you put kids mode in, but one thing that I wanted to show you is that when you are, the first time that you turn kids mode on, you're going to be prompted with two options to launch Edge, to launch kids mode, whether this is for someone who's 5 to 8 or 9 to 12. So you have to select that, and then it will create the browsing experience for them based on that. And so there are some other features that you can utilize with the students. Right there in Edge, you can create right here in the kid-friendly version. There are some features that are perfect for students. So let's hide this. So you see, these are some icons. They have Minecraft, student-friendly icons automatically pop up. And as a parent or a teacher, I can go ahead and add other sites right here for these icons to automatically be on that browsing page for the students. You'll also notice everything that pops up now is kid-friendly. You can search by people and places. So anything about people or places would pop up here. I can search by science or animals or even videos. I can do all of that, but everything, you don't have to worry about anything inappropriate coming up because I'm in the kid-friendly browser mode. And then as a student, I can customize this. There are a few ways that you can customize it, just like we can customize our browsing experience in Edge. And so once again, when I hover up here to try to log out of Edge, I'm going to have to, let me see if I can, trying to get back to that browsing window so that I can get out, because otherwise I have to log out again, or otherwise it will not let me log out.
Please,
All
so
right,
this
so-
reminds me of when you like put my kids on the accessibility features on the iPads and they couldn't get out and I couldn't get out. And it was a real disaster.
Right.
But it's
So
good
you-
that it works for the kids,
Right.
right?
And it's good that they give you the prompt that put in the login, I mean, the password that you use to
Exactly.
log into your computer. So that's the great thing about it, so that you won't have to always use the kid browser, the student browser, when you're in Edge. All right, so let's keep it moving. We are almost out of time. All right, let's see. And then last but not least, of course, we have the file manager. This allows us to manage any of our files. The File Explorer allows us to manage any files that we utilize on our device, whether it was downloads that we had in Edge, or whether it's PDFs or something from OneDrive or Office or anything. This File Explorer, and if I click on that, it will allow me to be able to control all of my apps. I can share files right from File Explorer. I can delete these files, and I can also move files to other locations on my device right here from File Explorer. So you don't have to worry about constantly trying to find out, oh my goodness, where was that file? You don't have to lose your files anymore. You are in total control of all of your files right here in File Explorer. And then we can keep learning right here with some great resources. Here is a Microsoft Edge support, all help that you need to continue learning and getting started with Microsoft Edge. It'll walk you through step by step. If you can't remember anything that was shared during this session, just go to this site, and I think the link is shared in the chat, and this will just walk you through. You can pause, you can personalize, whatever you need to do. And it also go to that iOS and Android space as well, for those of you that may have a Mac or an iPad, so you can do that. We also, created, or not created, but shared with you Edge playlist by Mike Dawson, who constantly provides all types of Microsoft videos on YouTube. He has his own YouTube channel. So there are 13 videos all about Edge. Anything you want to know, if I didn't cover it, trust me, it's in the video. So you can go right there, and we provided the link in the chat as well for you to be able to get to any of these videos, pause and play as needed for these videos. And that is it. I was trying to finish by in 45 minutes. Are there any questions?
Just awesome. I
was gonna
learned
say-
so much.
So this is
Okay.
only, sorry, go ahead. It was great for what I could. So today is only a 45-minute session. Is that it?
Yes, we were told that it was 45-minute sessions. These sessions are 45 minutes now. I guess the Microsoft ones are 45 minutes, but I will stay on to answer any questions, or if I stay on to demo something else if you need me to. Adrian, because you came in after we got started, so I'll be happy to stay on and show you anything else that you need me to.
Yeah, I think I'm hoping I'm okay installing it on my computer, because I
Okay.
don't. It's showing that I went through the browser and had to install it through Google.
Right. It automatically comes on a PC, because the PCs, any new PC that you get automatically has Windows 10 or higher, now Windows 11. So Edge is going to automatically be on there, but it is compatible with the Mac OS. So you could definitely download it from that window.
That's awesome. Thank goodness I got a new computer in January. It's
So it
it's
was
right
there
there
for
on
you,
my
right? You didn't
screen.
have to do anything, right? It's there.
No, it was right there, so I was able to, I'm surprised. Since COVID, I can't believe the stuff that I've done. I still have a long way to go, but I'm
We all have done quite a bit. Yes, we
Wow.
have. So
living
Adrian
on
is,
computers.
If and I can hang out if you need me to, just whatever.
Oh, I'm good. I'm gonna process all of this. I took some really copious notes, I hope. So
Thank you so much, Dana.
this was
Thank you for
great.
joining us. I'm glad you were able to get something that you can take back and use.
Oh,
from Adrian.
absolutely, so much. Thank you so much. I had no clue that you could do all these things on Edge. So thank you, Microsoft Edge. Yes,
All right,
I'm
have
gonna
a
play with
great
that.
one.
Thank you very
Angela,
much.
you
I've
are
learned quite a
welcome.
bit with the Edge. Sorry I couldn't participate as much.
Oh, that's okay. I hope you were able to catch some of the goodness of Edge.
Yes, yes. Actually, I was very surprised by it. So,
Right. That's what I
I'm
keep hearing.
impressed.
That seems like that's the theme. I did not know. I was surprised. Oh, Edge can do that.
I could
yes.
hear Adrian go, wow, wow.
Yeah.
We were like, especially with the math. Oh,
That right.
do
That was a
kids
mic
know
drop.
about this?
Right. Absolutely. And it's available on an iPad. So if your students use iPads in the classroom,
Yeah.
put them on. They can use Edge on
Mhm.
that iPad and they have access to all of this.
Wow.
And if they don't, there's also, if you go to mathsolver.microsoft.com, it'll take you to the entire Math Solver. It has its own page as well. So that's another resource that you can get
Gosh.
to if you don't want to use it in the Edge browser. It is a standalone as well.
Wow. Well, thank
Okay.
you so much.
You are welcome.
I'm glad
Thank
you were here, Dina.
Me too. Thank you. I'm gonna
Trying,
really
trying.
can't wait. I signed up for all of them, Adrian.
Oh, good for you. Let the other resource, the regionals know. There's
I
just,
absolutely will.
they keep asking for training and then we provide it and then here we are with, 2-3 people. I think last time I got a one-on-one. So, and that was on Excel.
Oh,
Oh.
yay.
So,
I missed it
yeah.
because I missed the. Okay,
Yeah.
well, I won't miss the
Yeah,
other ones.
I'm trying to get myself here on time and try to figure out how, it took me a little long to navigate how to get in here.
But you
Well, I'm
did.
glad you
But
were
I
able to
did.
make it, Adrian. I'm
Yes.
happy you were able to make it.
So I just have one question. So because I had to install mine, how do I find it to use it? Like,
So-
where am I looking at the bottom? Because I don't see the icon for it.
So on your Mac, you may have to click, and I'm not really a Mac user, but I'm kind of remember how you get to your
I
task
wonder if
bar.
it's in Launchpad.
That's where it should be in Launchpad.
Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, find your apps, Adrian. You should be able to find it under Finder, that little person on the bottom left-hand side of your Mac or
Oh,
wherever
it's
you
under
have your
Finder?
launch. Yeah,
It's
and
under
then go to and then go to applications.
Mm.
Or did you
Okay.
download it and then you don't know where it went? I'm sorry, I didn't hear that part.
Yeah. I don't know where it went. So if I wanted to use it, I wouldn't know where to find it.
Yeah, so it might already be in your applications. So that little face person, that's your Finder. You can click
Yes.
on that and either
Okay.
find it under your applications or go to downloads, which is
Mhm.
somewhere on your left-hand side on there.
Yeah.
And once you find it, Adrian, just pin it. I think can't you pin to your taskbar on a Mac? Well, maybe
Yes.
not a taskbar, but I think you can add your apps. They don't call it.
Oh,
but
add it
you
to
can-
the. Yes, you can add it down there at the bottom. Yeah,
Yes,
Yep.
yes.
Okay. Yeah. I don't see it.
Let me stop sharing my screen and let me see if I can help you with.
Yeah. Okay. Downloads. I didn't see it there. And if anybody else has
You
any
wanna
questions, I can.
I'm
let's see.
good. I'm gonna just process all of this. I'm ready. I'm sure it's a little later where you are, Felisa, right? Yeah. You're on mute, Felisa.
I'm 3 hours ahead of you all. I
Oh,
didn't want you all to
goodness.
hear this
Getting
clicking on my
late.
keyboard. No, you're fine. I was gonna try to help Adrian find where her download went.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is,
I'm gonna share my screen, if that's okay.
Okay.
Oh, crud. Zoom, let's see.
well, I'll zip out of here now, but thank you so much, both of you, for allowing me to be a part of this, because this is awesome. I had no idea about
Thank
this.
you.
And so,
Thank you for
thank
joining us,
you.
Dana.
All right, and we'll see you guys next time on another training, I hope.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Bye, Dana.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Same to you. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so the first thing I did is I went down to Finder,
Mhm.
and then I went to, let's say, downloads. So I'm looking here. And I'm looking for Edge, Microsoft, but I don't see anything with that title. I see my documents,
Okay, let's see.
applications, people's
Did it go
names.
into did it go into the applications?
I can go here.
Applications,
And is it going to say Edge?
It should say
Or is
Edge.
it going to say Microsoft? I see Microsoft Excel, OneNote, Outlook, PowerPoint, Word,
It should
Mission
say
Control.
it should say Edge. Let's see.
And this is
What-
where, when I went here, this is like what I installed. And then this is after, I don't know if it installed it or what, but this is what it showed after it was done.
Did you have to like click through and do like open package and like add, like, did you have to do anything or you just stopped after the download?
After the download, it just downloaded, I guess. I didn't do anything else.
Adrian, give me
Okay.
just a minute. I'm gonna reach out to my Lifeline. They are heavy Mac users and they have Edge on their devices. I want to ask them. Give me just a second.
Okay, sorry.
No, you're fine.
I'm excited to try it now.
Can you
So,
can you download it one more time, Adrian, just so I see where it goes?
okay, so what do I do? Because it's now asking me to install it on more devices.
Oh, okay. Do you have a trackpad or a mouse?
I have a mouse.
Okay. Can you do the thing where you launch your, what's it called? Where you can see all your apps like behind your
Launchpad.
desktop?
Yeah, my
Yeah.
launch pad. Okay, hold on. Let's go here. Is that launch pad? No, let's see.
Okay.
There it
So he
is.
said, click on applications and then do what go?
No, so click on the desktop first. like,
Okay.
Just so they see the desktop.
Okay, she sees the desktop. Now do what?
My
Go
desktop,
to the
okay.
top of the screen and click on the word go.
I'll close
Oh,
this.
he said click on go at the top of the screen, Adrian, all the way up at the top. In the
Whoa,
pink,
Here.
okay,
okay.
and now do what, Tommy?
Come down to applications,
Okay,
and then it should be in this window. And it's in alphabetical order.
oh, so I don't see it, so maybe it didn't download, because I don't see it in your application in this window.
Okay, so then what's
If it's
I don't
weird?
think
not in there, it did download, so.
He said if it's not in there, it didn't download.
Because then how come it says
make sure
install
when you
on more
download,
devices?
Edge, make sure, she gets the full Mac version, because when she goes to Microsoft, I think it's www.microsoft-edge.
Okay, so she got it from the Google Play, so she needs to get it from the Microsoft.
Oh yeah, just go to the it's Microsoft.com. Just Google Microsoft Edge. Download Microsoft Edge. It's gonna take her to the website, and it's gonna ask her, does she want to download the Mac version for an Intel